Dylan Shipton versus Valencia Collins.
So Dylan Shipton, you'll see familiar face. We actually seen him fight a few weeks ago down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Southern Hand Slugfest. So he's got some experience, right?
Shout out to Duran and the boys down there. They put on a great show. Very similar format to what we got going on tonight.
Absolutely, first class show there. You see Dylan Shipton coming in. He trains at Silverback MMA boxing. We've actually had some of their guys fight on Savage Fights. Brandon Shipton and the crew down there. I believe Brandon is Dylan's uncle. So you would assume that if he owns it, his uncle owns a gym, he's probably spent some time. Kind of grew up around the gym and things like that. So. First, before we got Dylan, we got Valencia Collins. D. Collins coming to the ring here.
Good build. Another kid with a good build. 165 pounds.
He looks
loose.
He looks ready to go.
That's the top of the lightweight bracket, right?
Absolutely. He came in
up to
right
165
at the top, 165 pounds. He looks
big
loose.
For this weight class. Looks like he's going to move well.
He's definitely big for 165. Maybe could have cut a little bit of weight yesterday. The weigh-ins were yesterday. Kind of different from the Southern Hand Slugfest and maybe other tough bands where they gave him the opportunity to weigh in 24 hours in advance. There's a little strategy behind that as well, right, Joe?
Yeah, I like that. I think you can get more fighters in each bracket because you have some guys cutting down. Maybe they're right there at that 2 or 3, 4, 5 pounds to making it to a lower class, and they're able to do so. So it makes for a more competitive fighting, in my opinion.
I think this is about to be a really good fight. We got Dylan Shipton coming out, the Asian sensation, 20 years old, 156 pounds from Pontotoc, Mississippi. And like you mentioned, we saw that the tough man experience that he has at Southern Hand Slugfest. Tough kid. But D. Collins looks like he's ready to fight. He looks like he's ready to bang. He looks loose. You like to see those fighters that are loose on their feet, light on their feet. Doesn't look like he's got a lot of pressure, a lot of tension on him. Like hometown guy. Looks comfortable. Touch gloves here for the first round.
It's like Asian sensation. Trying to touch
good,
gloves.
Heavy shot.
They're trading shots.
Yes, they are.
Right in the middle.
Good left hook to start the fight. Yeah, D. Collins is throwing those left hooks, but now Dylan's really getting that jab going, right?
I think Dylan's showing a little bit better footwork right now. I was expecting D to kind of be on his bicycle, very similar to the last fight that you've seen. And he's just walking, the Asian sensation forward. Down, throwing big shots.
Oh, good left hand from the Asian sensation. We're going to see if D can keep this pace. That's a hard pace. And like we said, the Asian sensation has that experience too.
Good right hand there by Collins. I think Collins needs to slow down a little bit, take a breath.
Good jab
move your
there
head,
from
move
Dylan.
your feet.
The first tie-up we've seen of the night.
Ref quickly to break him up. Getting back after it
Another
here.
good right hand. This is a very competitive round. This is one of the more competitive rounds we've seen so far tonight. Good left hook, right hand.
That last right might have hurt Shipton a little bit.
Shipton looked a little
wobbly walking back to this corner.
Absolutely. Going to the corner here. See what Brandon tells. He's complaining of his headgear getting in his eyes, but D really put the foot on the gas pedal and really didn't let up, did he?
I didn't let up, but I'd like to see him set his shots up a little bit better instead of just walking forward. Use his footwork, use his range a little bit. He looks like the tall, rangier guy. I'd like to see him kind of use that gift, that genetic gift. Like I said, very similar to you seen in the fight before with Wilson. He was able to kind of use his straight punches and his footwork to really make a good showing. And I'd like to see D. Collins kind of do the same.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if it's noticeable on camera, but it looks like there's a larger difference in size in 9 pounds. I feel like D maybe
a bigger fighter.
Yeah, he's definitely the bigger guy, but he's kind of used that to knock Shipton off his base.
Round two, both fighters coming out orthodox. D showing big shots.
A little trip.
Mix up there.
Yeah, got
interested to see what the ref's going to call it. He calls it a slip. D kind of just went in and kind of just walked him down and kept walking forward, and they tripped up.
Well, you know, you get those bigger guys, they're just hard to move, right? You walk forward, it's like walking into a brick wall, and that's what he's doing right now. He's kind of knocking Dylan off his base, which is, you know, obviously all punches start from the ground up, and if you can't get your footing, then you're not going to have any power.
Punch to the back of the head there. I think D was looking at the ref. I don't know if the ref said something to him about throwing that shot there in the back of the head.
Backhand. Hitting with the backhand.
Good right
Dylan
hand there.
Really trying to hit that left hook. They both guys looked exhausted, but they really kept a very high pace here.
We got Shipton just kind of jumping forward with his shots. I think he needs to kind of sit back, punch his way in instead of just trying to dive in with his shots. You know, I think he needs to kind of sit back, punch his way in, get to the inside.
I think his biggest fight right now is with fatigue. You know, Shipton looks extremely tired right now.
And that headgear, he's consistently complaining about the headgear, and that's not a comfortable thing to fight in. I hadn't fought in it a whole lot myself, but I know a little bit in training when I've used them. They're not real fun.
Yeah, it's part of it. You know, the commission obviously makes them wear headgear, being amateurs, and that's another thing that you got to get used to. But like I said, I just kind of go back to D. Collins being the bigger man, and you know, I've known my experience in fighting and sparring. You know, when you're coming forward, as Shipton is trying to do, and you're just trying to knock that guy off his base, it's just really hard to get your footing. You know, like I said, almost walking into a brick wall. You know.
Yeah. So we're getting ready for round 3 here. Final fight of our lightweight first round of our lightweight bracket.
D coming out with some
He was for the finish here against Shipton.
Yes, left hand, right hand. Good angle by Dylan.
That's one thing I remember from the previous time we seen Dylan fight was his toughness and his durability, his grittiness. He's gonna stay in a fight the whole time. So
he's cutting good angles, you know, and that's really what he needed to do. Is
he's making this fight a lot closer than what you would think just looking at their physical statures, in my opinion.
Good jab to the body by Shipton, but he turns his head
like that.
He's exhausted, man. He's exhausted. He's taking a lot of big, heavy shots, and you're going to see D. Collins, you know, kind of wearing a fatigue.
Going a lot slower.
Hands
shots
around his waist.
If one of these guys was able to kind of put the foot on the gas, I think they could finish the other.
Oh, good shot.
What a way to end this.
He's got him tied up. The crowd kind of going wild here for these guys. You know, good high-paced fight here. This is what you want to see in a slugfest, right?
Good fight there to end our lightweight first-round bracket.
Absolutely. Both these guys fought their hearts out. You know, the crowd giving them a good hand here. The Columbus crowd here at the Columbus Fairgrounds. You know, this is what they paid to see.
I still think D. Collins did enough to get the win.
Yeah, hats off to Dylan Shipton. You know, if he doesn't get the nod, you know, he hung in there, and he actually had a chance to maybe put D down in that third round. You know, he kind of Homer Simpson him a little bit, you know, if kind of say, you know, D kind of punched himself out a little bit.
We referred to the grittiness and toughness of Dylan Shipton. It was definitely displayed tonight. He was never out of that fight for sure.
Yeah, definitely, you know, with his Uncle Brandon in the corner, you know, he's definitely got to be proud of his performance. You know, something that he can grow from and learn from. I think we're going to get D. Collins here by unanimous decision, but we'll see what the judges think. Yes, sir. Valencia Collins moves on to round number 2.
So your final fighter to move on to the second round of the lightweight bracket, D. Collins, fighting out of the blue corner.
So we got Sharquez Cox, Pedro Maciel, Tobias Wilson, and Valencia Collins all moving forward into the second round, which we'll see later on tonight.